Okay, we're back. We're looking at the A box. You can always tell what box we're looking at because the letter is the string shape on the bottom. Remember, string shapes have bookend isolation. So the bookend isolation for the A string shape is the G and the C here. These virtual accidentals. Okay, what are we looking at here? A lot of people say, what the heck is that? Well, we're at the A shape on the first. On the root position would be root position A shape, but it's what? It's in second inversion action fingers. So it would be something like that. Okay, then we would go to the second position, which is its second minor. Okay, like that, and that would be second. That would be a B minor because we're in second inversion. And then we'd go to C sharp minor, right? C sharp minor is here. Alright, second inversion, C sharp minor is like something like horrible. Okay, let's not worry about second inversion, C sharp minor, because guess what? We're not going to be playing second inversion the whole time. We're going to be playing root. We're going to be playing first inversion because that's the only triad that we have available on the open chord. Okay, where we've got here. This is where your fret nut is. Okay, so let's look at that. Let's dive right into that. Okay, instead of whatever we were kind of working on up here. Let's move along. So we've got an A shape. Here's what it is in A. It would be A. I'm just going to play it in root. B minor, C shape B minor is its third. Okay, now you just take it one cage position up and you get A shape B minor, but it's the same thing. Then you go to a D shaped, a D minor shaped C sharp minor, and then a D shaped D. And right here on the piano, that's all I'm playing is a D triad. Okay, up to here, E triad for the fifth. The sixth is going to be F sharp minor, G minor shaped in the A box. Where's the A box? Right here. Where's the G box? Right here. Where's the C box? Right here. Here, or maybe one up included. Where's the E box? Right here. Where's the D box? Right here. Because we're working on the open strings. Okay, so let's look at this. And what I started to say before was that if we have an A shape here and we just move action fingers up to where it's now a second inversion C action fingers. Okay? Then we can do the whole thing by barring with our fingers here. Or we put the capo. So for teaching purposes, I can take us into the key of C. I know I'm getting out of playing in the key of A. You know, so our that's still in the A box. And it's going to be an A shaped C, a C minor shaped D minor, a D minor shaped E minor, okay, a D shaped what? What's the fourth of C? F. So it's a D minor shaped E minor, sorry, and the fourth is F. In second inversion, it would be like this. But now we're not going to be doing second inversions. And then, of course, we've got an E-shaped G, which would probably be second inversion. And then a G minor shaped A minor. Now look at your A minor. Let's look at your A minor. A G minor shaped A minor isn't an A minor. An A minor shape, action fingers, is what we commonly know from the C box as the 6th, which is the A minor. We're not going to worry about the half diminished now, because the problem is the half diminished in the key of C is 2 minor thirds, then an augmented fourth, okay, and then we go to another minor third, but it's brought up by the tuning third, so it's spread out so much that when we collapse that into one cage, we have to first of all add its seventh. We have to add its seventh, so it's 7, 2, 4. The 7th of the 7th in modal is the 5th of the root. So we go, okay, and then that way we get something to play on one of the strings that's going to have nothing. But it's the inversion that it's going to be, it's going to vary in the position that we look at those half diminished. So again, down here with the half diminished, the 7th, you know, I coined this as C-shaped minus half diminished, which means we do a C shape. Okay, so let's go up to the fretboard. Okay, so we're looking at the C box here. A C-shaped C is 5 root 3, 5 root 3. Okay, so this is where your fret nut is, C-shaped C. When we play our C, a robust C, where we play the 5th on the bottom, that's a C shape. You can play the 5th on the top too. Okay, now if we take that same C shape and first we move it down 1 fret, okay, then we are going to we're going to move 7 root to the 7th, and that will give us our half diminished. Okay, so we're taking our root right here, and we're moving it down. That's where we get the minus C from. Okay, now we want to make it minor, so it's a minus C minor, so we're going down 1 fret. That's my little C, I don't know if it came out good. We're going down 1 fret, we're going C minor, and then we're going to diminish the 5th even 1 more, and lo and behold, here we have it, 4, 7, 2, then again 4, 7, 2. So we've got this elongated D shape up here, just like C went to a D shape, 5 root 3. Here's a little E shape down here. What do we have here? A first inversion, root 3, 6, a first inversion, 6 minor. That's nice, but we're not going there. We're going to root 3, 5, sorry. So that gives you a little hint about what today's lesson's about. So we have a nice root shaped C there. Okay, then we have first inversion right here, and then we have second inversion D shape. So we call this a D shape because we want to play familiar action finger chords. A lot of these other chords are happening behind the scenes because they're open strings, and we just know how to do a C chord, root 3, 5, or root 3 root. There's action fingers, root 3 root on a C chord. Okay, but a lot of these other inversions, all right, are being formed by the notes on the open string. Okay, in the C box you can do all the inversions. So we can see that that's how we get our half diminished 7th chord. And you know, up here we don't have, remember, 7, 2, 4 is a half diminished.